Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Garage Reviews. I am Raghav Gupta and today I am here to take you through a tour of the performance, mileage and driving dynamics of the Skoda Kushaq. Now we have already given a very detailed review of the Skoda Kushaq, a walk around review in which we've talked about all the features, practicality, comfort of this car in that video. So if you haven't yet checked that video out, I'll link that in the description down below. Watch this video and then watch that video as well. That way you'll have a complete detailed overview of the Kushaq. But anyways, let's get started with this video and talk about the performance and driving dynamics of this car. But before driving, let's first talk about the performance and mileage of this car. Let's open up the engine bay of this car and tell you about the engine options in the car. This time around, the Kushaq actually comes with only the petrol engine option because Skoda has actually ditched the diesel engine and no Skoda car will now come with a diesel engine. But in terms of petrol engine, we actually get two engine options, that is a 1 litre turbocharged petrol and a 1.5 litre turbocharged petrol. This engine option is actually the 1 litre turbocharged petrol. It's capable of producing 115 brake horsepower with a maximum torque of 178 Newton meters, which for many people is an immense amount of power for a family compact SUV. But if you are more of a sporty kind of guy and want more spirited driving out of your car, you can opt for the 1.5 litre TSI engine, which gives you around 150 brake horsepower and 250 Newton meters of torque, which are absolutely crazy numbers and give me high expectations on how the car will drive. But if we talk about the mileage figures of the car, the ARAI mileage figures are not yet out. But if we talk about expectations, for example, the 1 litre petrol engine which is given in this car is the same turbocharged TSI engine that we get in the Rapid as well. And the ARAI mileage for the Rapid is around 18.97 kmpl. Now the Kushaq is obviously more heavy than the Rapid, so you can expect around 18 to 18.5 kmpl from this. But then again, till the ARAI mileage is out, we cannot say anything definite. So anyways, that was about the mileage and the performance figures of the Kushaq. The 1.5 litre TSI really sounds like a very capable engine. So is the 1 litre TSI engine that this car has, but the extra 35 horsepower that the 1.5 litre gives will definitely make a big amount of difference. Alright, so driving the new Skoda Kushaq, my first initial impressions for the car is that the seats are very comfortable. I like the fit and finish of the steering wheel. Sitting inside this car gives a very good vibe, which is very important for a good driving experience. Right now we're actually headed off to a red light, so a stop light. I know in the traditional garage review style, first we talk about the visibility, but I think we'll talk about that later on because we're at a stoplight right now. So let's talk about the rattles and the sounds in this car. Stopping at a red light in this car, very silent car, very insulated from the whole world, isolated from the whole world. I don't think that you will have a lot of ambient noise in the car. Yes, the AC has a little bit of noise of its own, but that's of the fans, so I understand that. But it's a very hot day and the AC is required. The engine noise in this car is very less, I mean absolutely none. So that's why I do not have any kind of engine noise in the car. Outside noise is not filtering into the cabin. There is no kind of rattles in the car, and sitting at a stoplight is a very calm and good experience in the car. So with that out of the way, first off, let's talk about how the visibility in the car is. And right on cue we have a green light. The visibility is very standard. According to a family SUV, it's good, and for a compact SUV you need good visibility, and I think Skoda has actually thought of that really well. The A pillar in this car, the B pillar in this car is of very decent size. You can see around them very easily. The ORVM of this car is a little bit bigger than the normal Skoda cars, which gives you a good vantage point of what is behind you. The IRVM is of also a very good decent size as well, so that is very good. Overall, I don't think while driving the car you're going to have too much difficulty trying to maneuver it because of the good visibility. But yes, the only one thing that I find is that the hood in this car is a little long than usual. So that will take a little bit of getting used to. But once you drive the car on a daily basis, you will know where each and every corner of the car is, so I don't think that will be a big problem as well. It just takes a little bit of getting used to. Now, this being a manual transmission, so obviously all the gear changes are on you, and how smoothly you can do it, that's on you as well. Had it been an automatic transmission, we could have found how smooth the transmission changes are, or how quickly the gear changes are, but since it's a manual, that's completely on you. But given the automatic transmission in this car is actually a dual clutch, that is a DSG gearbox, so that's why I think you won't have a big problem in that as well, and it is very reliable, and Skoda is good in terms of reliability as well. But yes, in a manual transmission there is one thing we need to talk about, and that is the clutch feel. The clutch in this car is very light. You won't have a problem in traffic as well, because in heavy clutch cars you do have a little bit of problem with the leg, because you need to keep depressing the clutch, leaving the clutch. But because of the light clutch in this car, that is not a big problem in the Kushaq. So let's see the pickup in this car, how exactly that is. I'm in first gear right now. Alright, so for a first gear, not too bad, but the thing is, because it's a turbocharged engine, it's a TSI engine, once the turbo actually kicks in, you can actually feel the amount of power that the car is then handling inside it, all the 115 bhp that you have of it. Yes, given that we are actually driving the 1.0 TSI engine, not the 1.5 one. But anyways, what I was saying is that once the turbo kicks in, like I was talking about engine noise, you can actually start hearing that engine noise once that turbo actually kicks in. Now, I actually did start the air conditioning of the seats in this, because it has cooled seats, and in this hot weather right now, it actually is helping a lot. And I think this is one big feature that will hamper your driving experience in a very good way. I love this feature. But anyways, like I was talking about the fuel economy in the start of the video, we did not get a good gist of it because the AI mileage of the car is not yet out. But we do get a real-time fuel meter in this car, so I think we need to talk about the fuel economy of the car right now. I am driving in third gear right now, and I'm not driving very fast. It's just 30 kmph right now, and the car is averaging around about 16 kmph. So not too bad for a city drive right now, because it is a lot rushy right now. And in the highway, once again, if it's giving me 16 right now, I mean in the highway I think it will be giving me around about 18 to 18 and a half, which is very good. But then again, if it had been a little bit less rushy situation, I think I could have got about 17 in the city as well, which is good. Now we are on a little bit of a bumpy road over here, and I want to test the suspension of the car. Now that actually was a big bump, and I'm pretty sure the camera would have shaked up a little bit because it's actually attached to the windscreen. So that's why it may have shaked up a little bit, but trust me, it was not too bad. I mean, I did move around here and there, but it's very like comfortable at that as well, because that bump was actually a pretty big one, and the way the car handled it, I am very satisfied with that as well. But the previous time we actually did an acceleration in the car, that wasn't very satisfying because we were in first gear. But right now I'm going to downshift to third and then give it complete gas. Okay, so I see the speedometer actually just keep on climbing over here. So yes, the acceleration for a family SUV like this is very good. I don't have any kind of problem. If you wanted to make a sudden overtake even on a highway, just gear down once and you can easily go for a big overtake in the car. And I think the acceleration in that point is very nice. And if this is the acceleration that it's providing in a 1.0 liter engine, I want to see what the 1.5 can actually do. Overall, all I can say is that this is actually a very comfortable car. I do not feel that you will ever be complaining about the driving experience. Everything that I've noticed till now, everything is very good. The suspension is soft. The handling of the car is very to the point. I mean, as soon as I start turning the steering wheel, the car starts turning, which means there is zero play to the steering wheel, which is very good in terms of sporty driving. The acceleration, according to a 1 liter engine, is also quite good. While taking overtakes, or especially in a city drive, you will never feel that around. The city mileage of this car, that too in a very rushy situation, is actually 16 kmpl. Once again, a very good number for such a car. So I don't think that there is any kind of compromise that you're making while buying the Skoda Kushaq. Very good car, and I highly recommend it. The driving experience, even in such a short drive, I can easily say that it is much better than that of a Hyundai Creta or a Kia Seltos. I love the way that the Skoda Kushaq drives, and it actually has proved the point that Skoda is known for its safety and most importantly its driving experience. I love it. And so that was a review of the driving dynamics of the Skoda Kushaq. And for the final verdict that I have on the car, really, if you have seen the previous video as well, that is the walk around review of this car, and you've seen this video as well, you would know what exactly I'm going to say. The driving dynamics of this car are absolutely insane. I've driven the Kia Seltos and I have driven the Hyundai Creta as well. Both those cars do not compare to the driving dynamics of this car. And that is in my personal opinion. I just loved how this car turned, how this car has immense amount of power at the push of the pedal. Really, absolutely amazing. The Skoda Kushaq definitely is a very capable competitor to the Hyundai Creta and the Kia Seltos. If you are in the market for a compact SUV, definitely check this car out. But anyways, that's all for this video, guys. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Comment down below what you think about the Skoda Kushaq. Share this video as much as you can, and a subscribe to this channel would be absolutely amazing because it gives me motivation to create more such content just for you guys. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.